Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Deb Sofield, and you're listening to my weekly podcast series called Encouragement for Your Life. Most of you know I'm a national speaker, trainer, and coach. I like to say I help people find their voice and learn to use it. I'm also a conference speaker on the topics of public speaking, presentation skills, how to deal with the media, and crisis communication. I've got a number of other presentations on my website if you'd like to check those out. If your organization has an upcoming conference and you need a keynote speaker, I hope you'll reach out at debsofield.com. I would love to be a part. I've got a number of great books on the market. My best-selling book, Speak Without Fear. My book, Perfecting Your Platform. Both of those are on Amazon and Audible if you like to listen to books. And my series, Encouragement for Your Life, which is a compilation of these podcasts, they're available on Amazon, volumes 1 through 3. Just go into Amazon, type in my name, Deb Sofield, all my books will appear. I've got a great show today, and I've entitled it, Remember, People Are Looking Up to You. Don't Let Them Down. I'm Deb Sofield. Thanks for joining me. Stay tuned. Let's get started with today's show. There's a small church near where I live, and on the outdoor board that shows the church service times, the pastor's name, and other information, recently I saw they had put up this phrase, Remember, people are looking up to you. Don't let them down. Have to say I really like that thought because it's so true. I know I speak a lot about this, but friends, hear me. You never know who's watching you. You never know who is following your steps as they live their lives. I've told you once, I'll tell you 100 times, friends, you matter. Your words matter. Your actions matter. And how you live your life, that matters also. Never forget and never think that you can get by because someone is always looking up to you. So don't let them down. I have a friend who for years I would see at all the political events that I speak at nationwide. He never knew I was watching him. The first time I met him, I noticed he was different, and I wanted to see how he was able to make crazy things even out. I just wanted to learn a few tips for my toolbox, and lately, as I'm on my own journey to be a better me, I've taken to heart the words of my own message that no matter where I am, someone's probably watching me. Now, I have to tell you, that part gives me no comfort since I make a lot of mistakes, and then I've got to go back and make corrections. But it is a good reminder that you and I work our whole life to build a reputation, and if we're not careful, we can lose it in an instant, many times unfairly. But our frenemies in the media don't care as they grind us to dust. We're just another story for today's headline. And something else will take our headline tomorrow. And to think that we spent all those years, and some for the rest of their lives, building back a reputation to prove the naysayers that we were honest all along. I think it was Will Rogers who said, it takes a lifetime to build a good reputation, but you can lose it in a minute. I've noticed in my own life that people look up to folks like you and me for a variety of reasons, and probably one of the most important is because we show that we have self-respect. I love the definition found in the dictionary. Self-respect is a noun meaning proper esteem or regard for the dignity of one's character. I like that line. The dignity of one's character. Meaning that we care for ourselves and our belongings and our friends and family. We try to keep our weight in check, our home in order, our work is accurate, our attitude is sunny side up, even on hard days. Listen, I know it's not easy, but really, what choice do you have? Especially if you're a person who cares about the dignity of your character. We all know the old line that says, character is who you are when no one's watching. I think it was a famous preacher, Charles Haddon Spurgeon, who said, a good character is the best tombstone. Those who loved you and were helped by you will remember you when the forgot-me-nots have withered. Carve your name on hearts, not on marble. Someone who understands the concept of self-respect will, by their life and actions, carve a place in people's hearts because they are fundamentally aware that people are looking up to them. And that's just reason enough for most of them to do right. Or as a preacher I grew up with would say, our friend, you got to do right till the stars fall. Another reason people look up to us is that we have and show respect for others. Listen, it's not hard to be respectful. I know it seems that way today. I don't know if some people just think they need to bully their way to the top, but it doesn't really endear them to anyone if that's how they do business. And really, no one looks up to someone like that. In fact, most of us do the opposite. We look down on someone who cannot show the basic modicum of courtesy and respect. I admit one of my pet peeves, one of many of my pet peeves, is what I call a prideful sense of stupidness. Like when I hear people say, well, they should just like me for who I am. Or, why should I change? It's not my problem that people don't like me. Well, as a matter of fact, it is. Or the attitude that everyone else is wrong or stupid or dumb who don't think you are as special as you think you are. I have to say, it's an odd sense of arrogance when someone thinks that being disruptive is okay, or being unkind is acceptable, or being generally mean-spirited or snarky or backbiting or bitter or ugly is allowed in today's world. Listen, what that is a complete lack of disrespect. And then, in simple terms, it pits those with manners against those who choose not to learn or respect manners. And the truth is, anyone can learn to have manners. Anyone can learn to do right. Anyone can be honest. Anyone can be kind. You just have to make up your mind to do so, even when you don't feel like it. Because that is when it seems everybody's watching or looking up to you to see what you and I will do. Our friend, we cannot let them down. If your current issue of self-esteem is so confusing that you think it's okay to be ugly in your attitude or manners or dress by being disrespectful to others, hey, listen up, dear friend. Reconsider. You were not born to be mean, hateful, and ugly. Listen, no one's born that way. It is just a reflection of something that's happened to you that you need to be healed from or released from so you can learn to live your best life ever. Listen, another reason people are looking up to you is that you, well, let's just hope it's true, are genuine. You are who you are. You don't put on airs, acting like you're better, or in some case worse, than you are. The fact is, when you're young, it takes a while to figure out who you are. I get it. That's when you're young. When you're young, you try out a few different personalities to see which one fits your style or mindset. Now, the problem comes is when you get older and hopefully wiser, you need to have this figured out so you really are the genuine person you've created yourself to be. Meaning that what I see is who you are in good times and bad. We all respect people who are genuine, who say what they mean and mean what they say. And that is a comfort for those who are looking up to you to know that no matter what, your word is your bond. Goodness, don't you wish everyone felt that way? I don't know about you, but I am tired of people who say one thing and do another. It is a sad day that you got to put everything in writing because an honest handshake is not how people do business. These are the people who hope no one's watching, but they're mistaken. If not today, one day, all their lies and deceit will be found out, and then they will have let everyone down. Hear me. If you're not doing business in a proper way, fix your ways now. The longer you live in a lie, the harder it is to come clean. You're not going to win in the end, no matter how smart you think you are. Why? Because you've lost your self-respect, and now you've lost the respect of others, and you're not genuine, and we all can see that. But you know what the worst part is? I mean, seriously, the worst part is that you have chosen to let people down. Terrible, terrible, terrible way to live, my friend. Okay, I want to touch on the other two character traits and why they're important to remember that people are looking up to you and you can't let them down. Number one, a person of goodwill understands that having compassion coupled with discernment is the life that leaves a legacy. Remember the quote, "A good character is the best tombstone. Those who loved you and were helped by you will remember you when forget-me-nots have withered." Ah, friend, carve your name on hearts, not on marble. By the way, forget-me-nots are little flowers. Compassion, a feeling of distress and pity for the suffering or misfortune of another, often includes the desire to alleviate it. Great quote. Why? Because you understand that others are looking up to you and watching in hopes of learning how to live their best life ever. Understanding that life is hard, they are looking to you. I know, shocking, you. And they're looking to you to figure out how they go forward in their distress and pain and suffering. And they look to you to show them the way to success, freedom, or free them from the pain, whether it is personal, emotional, or mental. You, by your life that they are watching, you help them find a calm sense of being. A friend, that is compassion at its best. And who wouldn't want to offer that cool water at the end of a hard day? You would be soulless if you didn't care. And that would break my heart to know that you walk by them and you let them down. I'm going to end with a concept of discernment. I like to think of discernment as a way of knowing when you don't know. It's a gut feeling, a thought, a memory, an idea that you feel deeply and just know it to be right. But if you've lost your soul because you've lost your self-respect and the respect for others, friend, if you're not genuine and you lack compassion, you will have no discernment. In fact, you probably don't even know what I'm talking about. So my thought for today, unfortunately, is falling on your deaf ears. My prayer is that today you stop, hear, listen, and for goodness sakes, take action before it's too late. And listen to this podcast again and again until you get it right. Why? Because you matter. Your words matter. Your actions matter. How you live your life matters. So friend, never forget and never think you can get by because someone is always looking up to you. So don't you dare let them down. I know, tough love message today. But friend, it is so important that you and I are reminded of these simple truths that people are watching. So we have to figure out how we're going to live our life in the light of others who are watching everything we do. And here's what I'm going to ask. Join me next week. I've got some great programs that will help you on your journey for a better day. And remember, Deb doesn't care what the world says about you. I want you to know that I care about you, and I care about you for a lot of reasons, but probably the most important, friend, is people are looking up to you. You can't let them down. Nah, you're better than that. And not only are you better than that, I believe you care more than you like to act like it. That's okay. Just make sure you do the right thing. And here's my promise. I'm going to walk alongside you as we follow your dream together to be the leader you know you can be, and the one I'm sure you will be when you learn these lessons of leadership that everybody's watching. So friend, you're going to walk the right path and set a light and a direction for others to follow. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk alongside you as we follow your dream together. All right, take care, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Join me next week for Deb Sofield's Encouragement for Your Life. Have a great weekend. Thank you.